What's up, everybody? It's Caleb. I recently started a position in Voyager and I want to discuss the risks here. So this is why I will never plan on going all in into Voyager or any crypto broker for that matter. So it's because I don't think any of them may ever be safe enough to go all in. So in my estimation, all of these crypto brokers share at least two risks, which is security and regulation. First off, shout out to the popular investor Robert over there for his video talking about Voyager, who made me think some more about some of these things. So if you're not following Robert, he has a great channel, so highly recommended. So first of all, security. So by their nature, cryptocurrencies will always hold unique security risks, just because when you are dealing with encryption of a digital asset, if you say lose an encryption key, then you're kind of screwed. You can't recover that. Or if somebody were to hack it and steal it, then they can control it. So there's just a lot of unique risks with regard to security. So theft is what people usually think of, oh, someone's gonna like steal my money or whatever, but that's not the only threat. It is a threat. Certainly somebody could hack in theory, and they could steal cryptocurrencies, if they're able to decrypt, get a hold of keys, whatever, if security is not tight enough. So that is a risk, but potentially bigger risk is actually irrecoverable loss. So say if somebody were to hack in and, encrypt the cryptocurrencies in a way that actually makes them irrecoverable if you don't actually have the decryption keys, for example. So there's just a lot of interesting things from a security standpoint. There's a lot of things that make cryptocurrencies great from that standpoint, but there's some downside as well. So there is this notion of hot storage versus cold storage. So hot storage would be like, I currently only use hot storage, which is my Bitcoin that I have, my USD coin that I have, that is held by Voyager. Voyager holds that for me. It's, in the cloud, it's on their servers. I don't have, a physical USB drive. So cold storage would be, I have like a USB stick, for example, and I have my wallet downloaded there and I have it encrypted, and or I store my encryption key on there, for example, and unless somebody can get a hold of that encryption key, they can't get into my wallet, etc. So these are kind of the differences between the hot versus cold storage. And the main concern here, cold storage, if it gets lost, that's pretty much your own fault, because you're the one who's responsible for maintaining, your whatever physical device you're storing this on. But hot storage, that's where you really need to be able to trust the entity that is holding your crypto for you. So in this case, Voyager, or it might be Coinbase, whoever it may be, you need to be able to trust them. So again, that security is just, it's a huge thing. You don't want to lose your money. So far, Coinbase has a proven track record. They have, to my knowledge, not been hacked. And they've been around for a little while. They're kind of the big dogs. So they have a proven track record. Voyager, on the other hand, they're just still too new to have proven themselves. They do claim that security is a high priority for them, but time will tell. And, even with something like Coinbase, nothing, just because they haven't had a problem in the last number of years doesn't mean that they couldn't tomorrow. So there's just always going to be that risk of security. Secondly is regulation. So governments, take the United States, for example, we have the US dollar as our currency. Governments, they have an interest in keeping power centralized within their own currencies. So they're not super interested in just allowing all of these other currencies out there. Whether they can stop it or not, that's up for debate. But there is that incentive that they have to keep that tight grip on their own currencies. Another thing is that cryptocurrencies, they are often negatively associated with illegal activities. It could potentially be easier to, say, buy something on the black market with certain forms of cryptocurrencies. And if you do it in the right way, maybe you're less traceable than if you're using other methods of payments. Now, don't do that if that's you. And if you're thinking about doing that, obviously it's I don't recommend it because don't do illegal things. But also, it actually isn't entirely as anonymous as people might think. You still have to go through hoops, but it's still, it does have that negative association there. Also, governments, they're always going to want their cut, whether it's through taxes, fees, which are kind of potentially one and the same, but unregulated crypto, it just makes it more difficult for the government to get their cut. Now, on the flip side, Voyager actually has this in their investor presentation where they actually say that regulation could be a good thing because it could increase consumer confidence in cryptocurrencies. So, maybe there is a flip side where some of the regulation could be a benefit. So it's going to be a matter of how much regulation and what the regulation actually ends up looking like. And we just don't know at this point. I would say that cryptocurrencies are gaining enough traction. They're becoming big enough. You've got, companies like Tesla, for example, putting $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. You've got a lot of big companies and individuals putting a lot of money into cryptocurrencies. So those things do legitimize it and probably will make it harder for the government to actually want to totally, stop everything. It just may be, a matter of how far they go and how much regulation. So it's just, it's a factor. It's just up in the air. Here's my disclaimer. If you have any other ideas on what some possible risks are, leave them in the comments. If you do want to sign up for Voyager, use my code in the link in the description. I would greatly appreciate it. You will get $25 of free Bitcoin by trading $100, and I will as well. So it helps me out, it helps you out. I believe that Voyager is a fantastic platform. Again, because of some of these risks, don't put all of your money into cryptocurrencies. But I do think that having some kind of a crypto portfolio is helpful. It does help you be diversified. So check it out, do your own due diligence. Y'all take care. Peace.